Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation. Myself, Rishabh Dahal, a student from the Niels Brock Copenhagen Business College, bringing out this video presentation on the topic sustainability. Now let's begin with the presentation. The main purpose of this presentation is to provide with the background and the introduction to the company IKEA and define the sustainable development goals of the United Nations and relate any one of the goals with the company to provide some suitable recommendation to the board for promoting the greener future. Now let's start with the basic overview of IKEA. IKEA, with the slogan Creating a Daily Better Life, founded by Ingvar Kamprad in 1943 in Älmhult city of Sweden, started as a small one-man mail-order company, now being the world's best furniture retailer, operating in 63 different markets with 473 stores. Its stores are mostly decorated in the color of Swedish flag, influencing the Swedish culture. However, the present headquarters of the company is situated in Delft, Netherlands. As of 2023, the total number of global employees in IKEA is 219,000, which is 68,000 more than that in 2013. Moving to the financial performance, its annual revenue has shown a regular growth since past 20 years. Now let's see how IKEA has been dedicated to sustainability. IKEA is focused on offering home furnishing products and foodstuffs that promote healthy eating and living, thus shifting the society to sustainable lifestyle in a habitual action. They have been developing the products that enable their customers to save, generate and store energy in different forms, reduce water consumption and minimize the wastage at home. For healthy eating, IKEA has been increasing the variety of attractive and tasty plant-rich food and selling them at a reasonable price in comparison to the meat alternatives. This can directly have a vast reduction in the amount of carbon in nature. For many years, the company has been significantly working on reducing greenhouse gas emissions, removing and storing carbon in nature. Their climate approach has changed from climate positive to net zero with the objectives of eradicating emissions completely by 2050. The company is dedicated to design their products in such a way that they can be reused, refurbished and recycled. For instance, only the use of FSC certified wood and the use of less fertilized cotton. They are also providing user manual in their every furniture accessories to enable customers repair the part themselves in the case of defects. The company strongly believes that the wastes are valuable if they are given a new life, so they are committed to create less wastage. IKEA also collaborates with different businesses to form partnerships, thus enhancing the circular economy. Now let's introduce the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The UN SDGs are the 17 sets of globally connected objectives adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call of action to protect the planet and ensure healthy, prosperous, peaceful and greener life by the fiscal year 2030. They emphasize socially, economically, and environmentally balanced development by recognizing the impact of one action to the result of the others. The SDGs are taken into action as the broader concept of the Millennium Development Goals, which focus on environment, economy, and society as separate factors. After the success of MDGs, which were taken place till 2015, the SDGs were developed as the broader and embedded concept with 9 more focus areas and 169 targets in total. The UN SDGs with the slogan Transforming the World are dedicated to the point that no one will be left behind in terms of development by eradicating all forms of discriminations, poverty and gender inequality and implementing the standards of international human rights to ensure justice and the human dignity, which are the key factors for the transformation of the world. Now let's know in brief about the 17 goals. The Sustainable Development Goals 1 to 6 form a comprehensive framework to tackle on various challenges by focusing on reducing poverty, minimizing hunger, promoting sustainable health, quality and affordable education, gender equality and sanitation. In a very simple way, these goals are relevant to basic human needs which are linked to each other. Talking about the SDGs 6 to 17, they expand the frameworks by highlighting the issues like development in infrastructures and emphasizing the sustainable economic and social systems. They also are dedicated to the sustainable environment by realizing the protection of the ecosystems and biodiversity both on land and in water while mitigating climate change. This aggregation of 11 goals are the most significant in achieving the first six sustainable goals of the UN. Now, in this slide, we give a brief introduction to the chosen SDG for IKEA. Although the SDGs 13 and 15 are also relevant to IKEA, SDG 12 will be more significant to commit to. The SDG 12 ensures the sustainable production and consumption of products and services with 11 different targets, out of which the given 3 are the prioritized ones. The SDG 12 implements different regulations and international agreements to ensure the managed utilization of limited natural resources, reduction on the release of chemicals and inorganics in the environment, minimization of food wastage generated per capita, and educating people for sustainable lifestyles in harmony with the nature. Now let's know why should IKEA focus on SDG 12. As a furniture retailer, the products of IKEA are vastly dependent on natural resources. The company manufactures and sells home furnishing products to the international market, increasing the generation of wastage and vast consumption of resources. Although IKEA clarified that their wood are 100% FSC certified, a recent report in Romania finds out that one of the furniture suppliers for IKEA are destructing the most ancient and endangered forests in Europe. And from the same supplier, products are distributed in IKEA stores in 13 different countries, which is not a small impact to nature. Also, the products like rubber and leather are sourced from fragile ecosystems. So, it's the responsibility of IKEA to promise its sustainable sourcing and immediately bound its manufacturers from destroying ancient as well as valuable forests for protecting the planet. They should make sure about their supply chains meeting the environmental standards. Being a company producing affordable as well as vast majority of furniture stuffs, IKEA is integrated with the habitual action of throwaway. The products are wasted and thrown away after using for a limited period. Thus, IKEA needs to mitigate environmental degradation by increasing the use of recyclable materials in its products and their packaging, and investing themselves in designing durable and modular furnishings which can be easily repaired, exchanged, or upgraded. This transition to reusable products and services can decrease the wastage and promote clean and green atmosphere. It could also lead to significant cost savings for the company's future by helping to promote the circular use of its products. Consumers in the present world are deeply emphasized on sustainability. As of 2023 report, there are 12 different types of sustainability-focused consumers globally, out of which 64% are really concerned about climate and environment. A more than half proportion of consumers say that they would prefer sustainable products over price barriers. They are looking for the brands and products which directly meet their standards in the areas like environmental responsibility. So, by ensuring the sustainability of its products, IKEA could meet the rising demand of the consumers for eco-friendly products and services, thus gaining the customer loyalty. This can directly attract conscious talents and investors who are tremendously seeking for ESG. This could also help IKEA strengthen its market position. Furthermore, different government, NGOs and INGOs are constantly introducing the policies like the regulations on waste management and carbon emissions to promote sustainable business practices. Therefore, to guarantee the compliance and reduce its risk of reputational damage and legal allegations in the future, it's the necessity for IKEA to implement sustainable production practices. To conclude, the priority for IKEA should be SDG 12, not only to make the planet better, but also to stay competitive in the market and enhance its brand reputation. Now, this slide will represent how can the executive board of the IKEA commit to SDG 12. IKEA has already examined furniture leasing with its circular hub in limited markets. However, it could expand this model to home furnishings like beds and sofas so that customers can rent the furnishing for a specific period. The company could also provide the customers with several options of swapping and returning the products in case of damage. Also, in-store maintenance and repair services with a monthly subscription could be taken into action by IKEA to ensure that their products are upgraded over time rather than constantly buying. For instance, a customer can lease a sofa for a specific time and he or she could request for new foams or legs after a certain time. This not only promotes their circularity and durability, but also helps to mitigate the flow of large and heavy waste materials in the environment. Secondly, IKEA could introduce the packaging with reusability by offering larger and durable cardboard boxes or fabric bags which can be reused at home after purchase for storing the households, and can also be used for repackaging of the product in case of migration. The packaging with biodegradable materials like mushroom, mycelium, and seaweed-based packaging could also be introduced, which breaks down in nature within short time, thus reducing the waste. The company could also collaborate with other companies like Plastic Bank, which is making efforts for exposing the value in plastic wastes by collecting and recycling ocean-bound plastics. IKEA could incorporate these items into their products, shifting the plastic wastes into home accessories like storage bins. Furthermore, although IKEA has been using different certifications labeling on its products, they could expand more visible IKEA Green labeling, which communicates its sustainability credentials to customers. This ensures the consumers whether the products are made from renewable or recyclable substance, and also provides with detailed information on the carbon footprints of its products. The brand could allow the consumers to use it both physically as well as digitally through QR codes to help them maintain their environmental footprints. Last but not the least, IKEA could organize sustainability top-up events in open parks or forests where customers can engage themselves in nature, along with realizing how the brand's products blend with nature and encourage sustainable living. This can create awareness and education of sustainability for a huge proportion of global IKEA consumers. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.